This has been a really requested video. I've tried to shoot it like 3 times for reasons, technical reasons and weather and all kinds of stuff. I've had to ditch everything I've shot and we're just resorting to shooting it in the kitchen. What is in my bag, what we use on a daily basis. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna show it to you, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post in the comments below a link to our kit.com account. And I'm gonna break it out. So some stuff is gonna be real super simple, just a cell phone and a little microphone. Just like if you probably already have a cell phone and a couple of little accessories that'll get you just creating on YouTube. So that'll be in one section. And then another section will be kind of like maybe our drone stuff. And another section will be, you know, our other camera stuff. We've got a couple cameras here we'll talk about. That way you can see kind of the little packages of stuff that we use. You don't need all of this stuff. In fact, you barely need any of it. Let's get right into this. And at the end of this video, I'm gonna also talk to you about how you can get some free stuff with our Patreon giveaway at the end of this month. Let's start with the mobile stuff first, because I shoot with an iPhone 10 quite often. In fact, I'm shooting on it right now. I also have a GoPro Hero 7 in my hand right here. Just clean the lens really quick, and I'll show you this phone. Syncing audio now. All right, so this is, in fact, we'll just go around to the back side. This is my iPhone 10 with that little Rode microphone that I shot that thing on, right? Right there. And that's what we use a lot of times. We actually shoot a lot more on the iPhone 10 than you realize. And as I just showed you, I got a GoPro Hero 7 Black, and I put it on this little Joby kind of tripod thing. The jury's still out on the GoPro Hero 7. It can do a lot and it's amazing and a lot of people get good results, but I'm really super picky about what I'm trying to get out of this thing, so I haven't quite got there yet. That's why you haven't seen me use it a whole lot, and it's also why you haven't seen me use it, do a video on it yet. GoPro Hero 7 Black, my main camera. Boom, this guy right here. This is the Panasonic G85. Now this is a micro four thirds camera. I have 2 lenses. I have, what is this, a 12 to 60 zoom lens, and I also have a 25mm prime lens. When you have a micro four thirds camera, it makes everything double, blah, blah, blah. Long and short of it is, this is like my 50mm prime. This is what I shoot 90% of everything on, and my B-roll camera up until I got this thing was my phone. It's fantastic. It works great. It shoots 4K video. I'm shooting everything at 30 frames now. I was shooting a lot of different things, but since I've got this camera plus the cell phone plus this, I'm trying to kind of keep everything the same, and the easiest way for me to do that is to shoot at 4K 30 frames per second. So that's what we're shooting at right now. That's what you're seeing right now. That's what you see a lot of times when I use this. It's got image stabilization. It's got all kinds. This thing is a sick camera. 90% of the time I use it with this here monopod that you've seen me use a lot of times, like in those videos we've been shooting outdoors, stuff like that. So I'll tell you what, we're just gonna take all this stuff out as we do it. So lens, camera, GoPro on the Joby. Oh, the other thing to go along with this, you know, I'm a microphone junkie, so I use the Rode Video Micro on top of there, just like so. And this thing works amazingly, absolutely amazingly. It's fantastic. This is a great microphone. The Rode that I'm talking to you on right now on the cell phone, and this one right here, both solid choices. We'll leave links in the description to all this stuff. We'll get to that in a minute. So there's that. Let's talk about more microphones. Obviously, I'm a microphone junkie. It just happens that I am that way. And so here is the Zoom F1. Now this is an interesting microphone because this is not necessarily like a lavalier mic like you would normally think. It's not wireless. So it's a normal lavalier mic, but instead of being like a wireless that goes to another receiver, this is actually just a recorder to an SD card. So this is just like all of Zoom's other stuff. In fact, if you pull this thing off, you can put those microphone capsules on here and use it like that too. In fact, I have a Zoom H5. You guys have seen me do videos with that before as well. This thing is amazing. And the reason I love it is because it gives me consistent audio. I'd be using it right now, except I wanted to show it to you, and it's hard to shoot with it and show it to you at the same time. So this is the bomb. This thing right here, they're like 169 or something. You want to talk about just making all of your audio consistent and using this all the time? It's great. The only reason I don't use it sometimes is because ease of use, point and shoot, really quick. I don't like to wire up, so that's when I use the Rode mic stuff, like what's on the phone or what's on the G85. I will always, probably just about always, unless we're actually just quick vlogging, use it when I use the GoPro, because the GoPro still doesn't have very good audio. Let's see. Of course, batteries. There's like tons of batteries for the GoPro, for the G85, AA's for the microphone. Got a bunch of filters, so ND filters and polarizers and all that kind of stuff for when we're shooting outside. I've got a little cool little Pelican case for my SD cards. I've got, oh, and then there's this thing. Boom. You guys have seen me use this a little bit more. I think somebody said on a YouTube video like a couple weeks ago or a couple videos ago, they're like, oh, he's definitely a YouTuber. He just used the obligatory drone shot. Well, the thing about drones is they just give you a good establishing thing, especially when we're not always shooting at home. When we're shooting out somewhere doing something else, I like to make sure that people know where we are, and this is a great way to do it. So this is a DJI Mavic Air, and then if we're shooting on my cell phone right now, but if we weren't, you could see that the cell phone goes in here, and this is how you control it. Pretty sweet. So that's it. That's pretty much everything in the bag. Oh, well, I guess not. Let's see. I have this. I've not really used it. It is a Samsung 360 camera. I haven't really found a use for it or a way to use it. If you have an idea, let me know, and maybe I'll try to shoot something with it. I just haven't found a reason to use it. And then of course, oh, and then I've got for the cell phone my DJI Osmo 2 gimbal, and I actually have a Zoom Smooth Q also. I have two of these, but this is my newest one, and I really, really like it. So this is the one that goes with me when we use the cell phone. There you have it. That's everything in my bag. That's what I use to shoot these videos with. Of course, there's all kinds of studio lights. There's all kinds of, I mean, like I said, if you want to get into what we use here, and then, so we shoot the video, right? I'm going to do a video, I got a video coming, I've been working on it, about our process and how we come up with content for YouTube, how we shoot it, how we edit it, what we do, how it all works, to give you guys some ideas about how you can create content for YouTube. I've been getting some backlash on the internet from people saying, well, your YouTube channel is not as technical as about guitar stuff anymore. Yeah, it's true. You're right. It's not, because that crap is boring. And I want to inspire people to create stuff. I want to inspire people to play guitar. I want them to not only just know the head knowledge of how a capacitor works, but actually play the thing, right? Like actually be creative. So the next step is you have to know what to do with that knowledge about the guitar. You have to play the guitar, and then you have to share what you do with others, right? Like that's just kind of how music works. And so that's what we're really concentrating on. We're going to show you how the guitar works, but then we're also going to show you how to make that into something that you can then show to the world. And so you're going to see more of this stuff. You're going to see more gear from the studio. If you want to see it, I'll show you what we've got in there as far as recording audio, our post-production, all that sort of stuff, because that has gotten way better. It used to literally be, well, do you remember our first videos from like 5 years ago? They were terrible. And of course we've come a long way since then. But one of the things I really want you to know is that a simple setup, like a cell phone, I've shot most of this whole video on a cell phone. You can do the same thing, and it can be really, really good. Take out your cell phone and create something. That's all there is to it. This stuff just makes it more fun. And so that's it. Well, thanks for hanging out. It's pretty awesome. I'll tell you what, make sure you check out the Patreon page, because this month we're actually giving away some audio gear, like I mentioned earlier. You can go to the patreon.com link that's in the description of this video. You click on it, and I think it's $5 or higher, then you're automatically entered to win gear. So it's awesome. We just gave away like $500 today at the beginning of January. So yeah, it's killer. Maybe we'll do this again in 2020, which sounds really weird. It sounds really weird, actually, to say we're going to make a video in 2020. But we'll do that again, because you know how gear changes. We learn stuff, we buy stuff, we sell stuff, we move stuff, etc., etc. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. We'll see you in the next video.